All right, welcome to a bonus episode of the Horse Racing Happy Hour. It's going to just keep on playing music, Louie, if I don't stop it. So there it goes.
You need to stop it.
Yeah, there we go. We'll stop it right there. So
because we've been drinking.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We have a special guest today, Mr. Zane Lamprey. Zane, how's it going?
When you say special, what do you mean by that? Because
I kind of mean in the the learning challenged way. That's kind of
when I was in 6th grade, and my mom was like, we took like some standardized testing, and my mom's like, you're gonna actually we're gonna put you in some classes in the gifted program. I'm like, no, what did I do wrong? Because gifted program, special program, they sound the same to me. But anyway,
yeah, that's right. Well, we're in the age now where if everyone's special, no one is. So there.
Yes,
so.
I don't think we're allowed to talk about it. So
that's right. There it is.
Yeah.
So,
well, I wanted to say I'm personally ecstatic to have Zane on. He's one of my inspirations for having a podcast that ends in happy hour. And so Zane,
yes.
huge fan of your shows.
When I did a show down at 1020 Brewing,
he was the naked guy with the waist down.
Yeah, were you the guy that we had to call an Uber for and then drag physically into the car?
And then I missed my show the next day on the radio. Yeah, that was me, man.
Check your ID to find out your
true story.
Kind of like put you onto the. Yeah, that was it. Yeah,
it wasn't good. That wasn't good.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to hear more about that. He kind of failed to mention that, Zane. So
that's how you know I did my job right.
So Zane, we're doing some bonus episodes mainly because it is Kentucky Derby week. We're almost here. So we love to party for a long time for a 2-minute horse race.
So when is the date of that? Pardon my interruption, but when is the date of that?
It is the first Saturday in May, Saturday, May 6th.
Okay. So because Louie had promised me tickets to that, and God, it's getting pretty tight. If tickets are on the way.
See, I said if Mel comes,
they're digital.
Yeah, if Mel comes, then you guys are invited. But then you said I can't guarantee
did you
that.
get tickets to the Derby from a guy named Louie? Negative.
He was going to have you park cars or
He's
something.
busy petting a cat. You leave her alone, all right?
No.
Hey, by the way, did I this is how up to date in the research I did. Were you missing a cat? Were you in like Lake Tahoe and your cat went missing or something?
Yeah, that was last week. So I do a bunch of things. I'm doing my stand-up, so I'm on tour right now. I have about 120 shows from now until December. Starting off in California, hitting basically the entire country. I'll be at Louisville. I'll be on July 19th.
All right, we got to help you though. It's Louisville.
Oh, you know what's so funny? It's funny. I did a joke about that, and I was like, "Here's how: if you have a child born there, what you do is you put a bunch of marbles in their mouth. And you say Louisville, and they go Louisville, and you're like, you nailed it.
That's it. You nailed it. That is
you
correct.
Slowly start taking marbles out of their mouths.
Yes, and Louie being the linguistics major guy who speaks 7 languages, it would probably drive some nuts. So
I like that.
What do we call him then? Wool?
It sounds like we're throwing up the entire time we're talking about Louie. Yes, that's it.
Are you gagging or are you calling someone? I don't know what's happening.
But you found the cat?
Thank you. Yes, I got off track. So it is Thursday after all. And so, yes, we were in Tahoe. And we lost the cat. Now, I do a show called Zane's World. Yep. Every week I come out with it, no matter what my week has consisted of. I guess it's a vlog, but it's what I have going on. And the reason we started it was because so many interesting things happen when I'm on the road, when I'm on tour. But we have to start it at some point. So it's starting now while I'm not on the road. And so it's just... We have a saying that there's no such thing as a boring day in the Lamprey house. We have an animal rescue. We have many cats and dogs and all kinds of creatures in and out of the house every week. And so I think we're adopting 2 out today and getting 3 more, whatever it is. And so in the most recent episode, we went to Tahoe, and we were supposed to be there for a week. And then the pet sitter called and said, one of your cats got out. I think it happened yesterday. So this is now 24 hours. Oh, no. We rescue special needs animals. And so this one is partially blind. And so we're like, that's it. It was like midnight. I had my buddy over here on the roof looking around the entire house outside, couldn't find it. So 4 a.m. the next day, my wife and I got in the car. Don't worry, it's only a 9-hour drive from
of course,
Los Angeles. And then we spent 2 days looking for the cat, hanging up flyers, talking to every neighbor, meeting people we've never met before, knocking on every single door to go in everyone's backyard and look. And after we were back for about 36 hours, so 72 hours total from when it went missing, some workmen, some guys building a house a few houses over, found it in a crawl space and called us. So that whole thing is documented. And it's interesting because if it had a not a good outcome, I don't know if I would have shared it. Because, and it's interesting because my dog passed away December of 21.
Okay.
And I canceled 2 shows for it just because it happened so suddenly. And I was just like, I'm not ready to tell jokes. And for like the next 3 months, like every other show, when I'm about to go, when I'm standing in the back, about to go on stage, some guy will come over and be like, "Hey man, I'm sorry to hear about your dog."
Oh, man. Yeah. Oh.
Like, I am literally just about to go tell jokes. And so just like, I have to sort of rattle it around in my head and have a shot and run up there. But so
comedians are humans too.
Yeah, I guess that is definitely not the perception.
Isn't that the truth? Because I think that's like, it definitely shows up in horse racing. Like horses can have bad days. Like it happens. They're humans, or I mean, they're not humans. They're animals, and they can have bad days. And and I think we even saw it. I don't know if you guys saw the Giannis interview last night.
I was going to bring that up. Yeah, his interview was just like, "Do you consider this year a failure?" It's like, what? Because I didn't win everything. Like, geez.
Yeah, right. But his answer was perfect. I mean,
his answer was perfect. Yeah, you go. You tell it.
Yeah, well, it was just saying, hey, did you get a promotion every year you've been working? If not, I guess that year was a failure. And it's like Michael Jordan played 15 years and won 6 titles. Were those other 9 years a failure?
Exactly
but then getting into how those life moments that we go through are just really, there's no failures. It's just stepping stones towards the success. And I thought it was fantastic. And
unfortunately, the further you get in your career, with horses as well, like the smarter you become, the more used you are, the better you become mentally at what you're doing. But then your physicality starts to fall. So there is like a point where they both cross over, and somehow LeBron is like managing to, I think he even said he spends over $1 million a year just on his body.
Oh, sure.
Just on
it's a good investment, right? He should be. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly. For making $38 billion, yeah, you can spare an extra $1 million.
Yeah.
So speaking of stepping stones, do you want to use this platform to call Steve McKenna a bum?
I will use any platform I can to call my friend Steve McKenna a bum. It's funny. My last stand-up special, so my Amazon Prime special is out. It's called Tender Looks, and it's free for anybody who has Amazon Prime, which is pretty much everybody. And so it's out there. And I spent, I think, probably a third of my special as therapy to talk about my relationship with my best friend and the gray hairs that he has given me. And in my new special, which I'm shooting at Golden Road Brewing in Huntington Beach on Saturday, May 13th. I will be shooting 2 shows there for the special. And there's no Steve McKenna content. I have that off my chest. So let me just take the high road and say that my job is done. If you tell me that I could use this platform to call him a bum, then I feel like my job is done. Like I've done what I needed to do. Yeah.
Well, going back to the horse racing piece of this, we were just talking about it a little bit, but if horse racing behavior was predictable, betting would be no fun. And one of the most unpredictable things is we put 20 horses who are very young in a field to go a distance that they've never gone before, and we call it the Kentucky Derby. Mm-hmm. And so Zane, when we say Kentucky Derby, what does that mean to you? Like, what kind of imagery does that bring up?
I mean, it's this. It's for me, it's sort of a sore spot because it's something I was verbally invited to, and then not physically there.
Join the club, the Louis Broken Promise Club.
Maybe I'll do some stand up while I'm there. Like, it'll be so much fun. And so to me, it means pain. It means dealing with pain of rejection from people you thought were your friends. And then the other thing is if I was going to go there, it's like, Zane, just stay sober long enough for the race. That's pretty much it. Like, stay.
So you remember the race.
Because how long between when the gates, like the doors open to the actual race? There's a big
8.5 hours.
Well, yeah, would they open like at 9 and then
no, forget it. I couldn't do it.
Well, the funny thing is now is also it's all inclusive on the alcohol.
Yeah.
So you literally see people making that race all day long. Like, it's people.
I'll tell you what. So
after the race, is it over, or is that when you can stay and continue to party?
There's 2 more races after the Derby. Yeah, there's another hour. Yeah. No, so what we figured out is, we go as radio guys, but we're done at 2:00. The Derby's at 7. So that's what we figured out.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. That is a lot of.
But we don't wait till 2:00 to start drinking, Louis. Let's be very clear on that.
It's 10:30, 10:45, 100%.
Yeah. We usually at least have one before the show.
Now, I did an episode of 3 Sheets in Louisville, and I did an episode of Drinking Made Easy in Louisville. And so the first time I was there, I invited my best friend, Steve McKenna, to be on that show. So Steve is a college buddy of mine. We've been friends for, 30 years, whatever, or more. And 30 years. And so
Steve McKenna the bum.
Steve McKenna the bum. And so I invited him down there because we were going to do the bourbon trail. And I was like, how do I do this? How do I go to all these different places and sample it all while also, like keeping it together? And so this is the God's honest truth. The reason I wanted Steve there was to be my stunt drinker. Yep. So I had someone that could, burden half of the load of what would be, imbibed there. And so he came down there, and then we ended up doing it again for Drinking Made Easy, which was on Mark Cuban's channel, HDNet at the time. And so, yeah, we went down there and did it again. And same reason for bringing him, and same, I survived. And then Steve's thing is, this is somehow he manages this. This is his deal. You'll lose him at some point. And he's always at a bar eating French fries and drinking red wine, because somehow it's the God's honest truth. And somehow in his mind, he has taken the continuation of drinking by himself at a bar with strangers and elevated it with French fries and, a Burgundy. I don't know.
Oh man. Well, I just remember my favorite part of the Drinking Made Easy episode here was at Buck's. Do you remember they have the white flowers at the bar?
Oh yes. And
you grabbed all of them and put them in a big bundle right in front of you and made the bartender kind of like work around. And
yes, that's right.
Yeah, dude, it's such a great scene, because everyone in Louisville who's been to Buck's knows the white flowers for sure.
Yes, exactly. It's like, are these necessary on the bar? I can't see. Yes, no, but in the same regards, perfect.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I love it. So, but seriously, any like anything come to mind? Like, what we're here in Louisville, so like the Derby means a lot here. But you're in LA. What does the Derby mean to someone out in California?
I have several friends that have horses. They are, and for anyone listening, it's a fantastic investment.
Get rich quick.
Whatever you want to do, and ways to kind of, fun ways to make more money. Horses, boats, and wives.
Somebody told me never buy something that eats while you sleep. So right.
That's exactly right. Yeah, I have a bunch of friends who are very serious. They have many horses, and so they will be there this year. I think, is there a shorter race there as well?
There's lots of races.
Okay, got it. I think one of my friends is going down there for the shorter version. I won't say his name, Dan Wells. But you guys had asked me for like a recipe for a cocktail.
Sure.
And I did put actual brain time towards this. And all I can say is, if I was down there, I would be drinking mint juleps. Like, that is all I would have. And it would be sacrilegious to like have anything else in my mind. I mean, it's a drink that not necessarily created for the Derby, but something that's absolutely synonymous with it and made much more popular because of it. I mean, what are you guys drinking when you're down there? If it's not mint juleps, just we're done. The conversation.
I love mint juleps. Okay. But I'm rare. But I also have like this mint that I grow in my backyard that's been with my family for like 75 years. And I know the special like sugar syrup recipe that I make, and like I get into it. So I personally love mint juleps. So and the mint julep and the old fashioned for me is where it's at. So yeah. Louis, what about you? The thing we had yesterday was really good that we're gonna show later in this episode was really
correct.
Good.
Was excellent. I mean, Zane, to be honest, like I absolutely drink mint juleps on the Derby, but I'm just give me bourbon. Just give me bourbon. Keep it simple.
I mean, but that's what we're talking about. It is a specific day. It's like this. It's like going to Bourbon Street and just
hurricanes the whole time, right?
Yeah. Well, no, not having a hurricane.
Oh, got it. Okay,
not having like a Ramos Gin Fizz or a hand grenade or the beatable purple haze, or just going to like whatever. It's just like you're there. It's part of the experience. A lot of people will go to a winery and have a few drinks. And the wine is better at a winery. That is a fact. It's because of the ambiance, and it's not necessarily the environment, but it's like the physical environment. It's who you're with. And so the wine tastes better in a fun, relaxing thing, and situation. And a lot of people will end up buying the wine and bringing it home and cracking it open and being like, hey, this isn't as good. Well, yeah, it's because it's an experience that you're kind of packing along with it. So I'm not sipping mint juleps at any other time of the year.
No, that's right.
But on that weekend, to kind of, mask my pain for not being there and the rejection that I feel as an adult, I will be drinking and crying into my mint juleps.
There you go. I love it.
It sounds good.
All right. So you're going to be here in July
Yes.
at 10:20, which I was just at the other day wearing pajamas and a sports coat.
Okay.
The whole story there, you will just leave it. We'll leave it.
Yeah,
right
I'd rather the story that's in my head be the actual story.
Well,
Very derby. Yeah.
We'll go with that.
Yeah, I'll be there on Friday, July 21st. For anyone who's listening in any other part of the country, go to zanelamprey.com. I'm doing my stand-up at breweries. I'm doing 120 breweries for the rest of the year. I've done a bunch already so far this year. I have one coming up this weekend.
Where's that?
This weekend is it's Laverne.
Okay.
Yes.
I looked up all your tour dates, and
Okay.
we have subscribers in every single city that you're going to.
You don't have subscribers in Laverne, and that's okay.
We do.
Well, do you? Because
Yeah.
Okay, well then I won't talk about it being the meth capital of the world.
Hey, we know our demographics, Zane. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. You know our people.
Oh, I see who listens. Okay. Yeah. I'll be in
crossover here.
next weekend, Laguna Hills, Vista, California, Murrieta, which is by Temecula, Thousand Oaks, North Hollywood, Huntington Beach is my special. And then I'm around the country, and it's at breweries. So every single show is at a brewery. Actually, there's one cider place, I think one mead place,
Nice.
but it's an opportunity to come listen to some comedy. We have local comedians as well in a lot of the places, but you get to listen to comedy, laugh, and have a good time, and drink a local beer and support your local communities. It's a win-win for literally everybody who comes.
That Huntington show, actually, can everybody watch that on Amazon? I see where it says Amazon Live.
So that is a taping. Maybe I have to phrase it properly. So yeah, the on May 13th, Saturday, May 13th, at Huntington Beach is where we are filming the Amazon special that will come out this summer. The current Amazon special, Tender Looks, is now available. That came out in December.
Love it. And then what about tell people about your YouTube channel, because I guess that's the next place.
Yeah, sure. Right? It's Zane's World. You can just Google Zane's World, and that's my my YouTube channel. Every week I do my vlog, my weekly vlog with my wife, who's trying to not walk past in the background. And then I do a show called Crafts and Crafts, where I sit down with a celebrity guest. We drink craft beer and do arts and crafts. And that is... I
saw you painting a unicorn or something like that. I saw that.
Yeah. I was painting a unicorn with Dave Williamson. Yeah, that one came out today. Right now, I'm literally, as we're talking, I'm whittling to see if this is something that can be done in the 45 minutes that we're there. So the result is no, it's not a short process. We have enough time to make like spears or something. So I always have a craft that is designed for the guest, and they're getting better and better, and people are now wanting to come on to the show, like celebrity guests, because they want to do the craft portion. And we shoot it at Lawless Brewing Company in North Hollywood, so we're always there. We have the run of the place because we're there from shooting from noon until 5, and then they open at 5. And so we just kind of get the run of the place. They're our friends, and it's a good situation. Very lucky to be doing that. So that comes out every Thursday, and every Monday a Zane's World episode comes out.
All right, nice. Louie, you got anything else here before Zane, before we let him go?
Yeah.
No.
Any other broken promises you want to kind of make? Or
I was looking on my phone. No more credentials, brother. Yeah, sorry about that.
Yucks.
Oh.
Well, Zane, thank you very much for joining us. Hopefully, we'll get you back on when you
Mike,
are closer to it.
Maybe you'd like to actually invite me and follow through, and I'll be there in person next year.
Yeah, if I invite you, it's going to happen. So
okay, there we go. There we go. Yeah.
if I invite you. So
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Manage expectations. Perfection.
that's right. Yeah. We would love to host you someday. I'll make you a mint julep and we'll have a good time. So
We'll be in California in November, so maybe we'll run into you.
yeah,
I
that's right.
will be avoiding
I think
that.
you're in Vegas that weekend, unfortunately. Yeah.
You'll be avoiding that. I'm out of town. What day? Well, it doesn't really matter.
I'm busy that day.
I'm busy.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right. Well, Zane Lamprey, thanks again, and we'll see you guys next time on.
Yeah,
Horse
you
Racing
got it. And
Podcast.
Louie, pre-call your Uber this time.
Okay, I will.
Yeah.
I apologized like 3 times, Zane. I mean, good lord.
You did. I don't think Thanks,
Yeah, so stick around. The next segment, we'll be showing you that craft cocktail that we designed with Austin, our buddy over at Black Rabbit. He came up with a great cocktail called the Third Spire. So stay tuned, and we'll be back after this. All right, Louie, we are at the Black Rabbit Speakeasy. Let everybody know what we're doing here.
We are trying out a drink, the Third Spire,
The Third Spire.
inspired by our friend here, Austin. And so, give us an idea of what's in this. This is a terrific drink, has bourbon in it, but tastes like grapefruit. It's a little confusing to the mind when you dive into it, but this is a terrific drink, one that someone could scale up at their home derby party.
Right. So the idea behind this drink was just something light, refreshing, easy to drink, like you said. What we have, the base is going to be Jim Beam Orange. The only other liquor going into it is just I'm using Matilde here, but peach liqueur, you could substitute that for something. It doesn't have to be Matilde. Other than that, it's just a little bit of lemon juice and some ocean spray cranberry. So Mike, here I have a drink that I'm going to make. Perfect, easy recipe for derby time. You can make a large scale just for the two of you or what have you. This is Jim Beam Orange that I'm using. Super easy to find, fairly cheap. Going 2 ounces. Doubling up here for you gentlemen. Then I am using a little bit of this Matilde peach liqueur. That's going to give it a nice little flavor and take care of the alcohol percentage that the Jim Beam Orange is lacking. So we're going to go 2 ounces. So that's a 2-1 ratio on the Jim Beam Orange. So 2 ounces of Jim Beam, 1 ounce per of that peach liqueur, and then 3/4 of an ounce of fresh lemon juice. So 1.5 ounces total for 2 drinks. And that's pretty much it. We are going to add in, this is just going to give it a little bit of color, a little bit of tart flavor, just a splash of cranberry juice. And that's it. And don't be afraid to shake it here. I know they say you're not supposed to shake the bourbon, but we're going to wake it up because it's a nice, refreshing summer cocktail. So here we go. That's it. You can really garnish it however you want to. I'm going to use an orange wheel. Just make it look nice and refreshing. There we go. That's it.
Give it a little color. Look at that thing. It's beautiful.
We've been told, despite the orange and the lemon and all those other things, it's going to end up tasting like grapefruit.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's no grapefruit in it. That's just the flavor profile.
All right, let's go to this.
Cheers.
So cheers.
Get in here.
Cheers.
You drink from a straw like a sissy. You know, put the straw away and drink it
The
like
drink
a real
is
man.
not sissy, it's just delicious.
It's really it's fantastic. So, all right, people want to get to this part of St. Matthews. Like, we're in the heart of St. Matthews. You can leave the track. You can get here easily.
Don't have to be downtown for everything when you come
That's
to town.
right.
Check out the neighborhoods in this city.
So, Friday after Oaks or after Derby, I've actually done that in this space before.
Oh, sure.
It's fantastic. What do people need to know to get here?
Just look for the black bookcase, really. You give it a good knock, nice rap on the door, and somebody will come eventually. We like to listen to music, so it might be hard to hear, but just
Place
knock
will be
on the
packed
door.
though, right? It'll be
Oh,
slamming.
yeah.
Be right
Yeah.
back.
Fantastic. Yeah. So the Black Rabbit Speakeasy, check